Bai Karo, is an elite talent of the Blade clan. As a warrior and spiritualist, even Babetta recognizes his potential to become a super powerhouse. Why then did he ultimately recognize Luo Feng, who is only a star level tier 7, as his master? The journey through the interstellar world caused Luo Feng's wealth to skyrocket. To accelerate the evolution of Earth's inhabitants, Luo Feng invested heavily in purchasing E-grade nutrient capsules. Their primary function is to repair bodily injuries, and with their assistance, Luo Feng advanced to star level tier 7 in just 2 years. As the saying goes, practice is the sole criterion for testing truth. The battle space of the killing field is an excellent training ground. Continuous challenges allowed Luo Feng to rapidly become a 9-star powerhouse. Whether it was the 4 major organizations or the 2 major Holy Lands, they all extended olive branches to him. Unfortunately, their conditions were not attractive enough, and Luo Feng paid no attention to them whatsoever. While Luo Feng was battling in the killing field, the 2 cosmic-level powerhouses, dispatched by Noren, were set to arrive on Earth in 10 days. Earth's military reserves were insufficient, and a cosmic-level battle on a planet would be a disaster, so it had to happen in space. As the D3-class cosmic ship carrying Dwayne and Bai Karo approached Earth, Luo Feng was prepared. The D5-class orbital cannon directly blasted their ship, and Dwayne was decapitated by Daifen's blade. Even Bai Karo, a cosmic-level tier 8 powerhouse, was severely injured by the remnants of the Red Bronze Mother. However, Daifen did not kill Bai Karo. Instead, he left him to Luo Feng. Bai Karo had exceptional talent, and with proper cultivation, becoming a domain lord was only a matter of time. Luo Feng had high hopes for him and was willing to give him the chance to submit. However, making a cosmic-level tier 8 powerhouse submit to an earthling with only star-level tier 7 strength might require forceful suppression. As a man of the Blade clan, Bai Karo's lifelong dream was to be listed in the Hall of Fame and become a legend of the Blade clan. However, to have one's name permanently inscribed in the Hall of Fame, one must become a domain lord. With his current strength as a cosmic-level tier 8, if he died, it would mean the end of his pursuits and dreams of becoming a powerhouse. This was not what he wanted. With this in mind, Bai Karo knelt before Luo Feng, addressing him as master. Despite Luo Feng's star-level strength, making him submit voluntarily would require Luo Feng to surpass him in strength. Even if Luo Feng transformed into the Golden Horn Beast, it wouldn't change Bai Karo's view of him as weaker. However, the outcome surprised him. Although the Golden Horn Beast was only at the cosmic level tier 6, its main body and enhanced talent were simultaneously unleashed. Its formidable attack, power and lightning-fast speed left Bai Karo powerless to resist. If Luo Feng hadn't intentionally controlled himself and avoided attacking his vital points, Bai Karo would have long been defeated. It can be said that in this battle, Bai Karo was convinced by Luo Feng. Luo Feng not only subdued him with force, but also made him one of his 13 loyal servants. Bai Karo did not disappoint him. With the cultivation resources provided by Luo Feng, Bai Karo's strength soared. In the later stages, he even became a true deity-level powerhouse. What was the showdown between Luo Feng and Noren like? Noren used Luo Feng's virtual universe network ID to track his movements. At that moment, Luo Feng was sitting in the square of the virtual universe space, drinking tea and discussing the future of Earth. Noren's sudden appearance interrupted everyone's conversation. Other experts in the killing field immediately noticed Noren's extraordinary presence. With labels like the emblem of the Giant X Battle Arena and the cosmic level tier 9 peak powerhouse, any one of them pinned on Noren would have caused a stir in the killing field. As he approached Luo Feng, the oppressive aura emitted by a powerhouse like him made even the spectators unable to help but hold their breath. The way they looked at Luo Feng was filled with concern and sympathy. After getting closer to Luo Feng, Noren did not rise. At that moment, he expressed his thoughts. For the price of 1 trillion Chenwu coins, he wanted to purchase Earth. In Babotta's view, this was a deal that would never lose money. Moreover, with 1 trillion, Luo Feng could buy 50 planets or even spend 300 billion to help human beings migrate. Faced with the seemingly generous offer from a cosmic level tier 9 powerhouse, everyone thought Luo Feng had no reason to refuse. However, Luo Feng didn't hesitate at all and rejected Noren. Enraged, Noren then threatened Luo Feng, stating that if he refused, Earth would become the prey of cosmic powerhouses. Although Luo Feng is now the Lord of Earth, with ownership of the planet, his star-level strength leaves him with no capital to refuse Noren. After being rejected by Luo Feng, Noren finally took action against him. The reason Luo Feng dares to openly refuse Noren is that in the virtual universe network, everyone has the physique of a primary warlord. However, regardless of combat experience, skills, or power delivery methods, Luo Feng, Hong, and the Thunder God are still far behind Noren. Even if the three brothers join forces, they are still no match for Noren. In the end, all three were left bloodied and half-kneeling on the ground. Fortunately, this is the virtual universe, and Noren cannot cause substantial harm to Luo Feng and the others' bodies. How powerful is Luo Feng after reaching the cosmic level? Can he compete with the cosmic level Moyanting? After nearly a month of anticipation, the highly anticipated Moyanting massacre plot has finally arrived. Luo Feng and his group first temporarily evaded the Ghost Squad using a cosmic ship. Then, they took advantage of the distraction caused by the Northern Dragon City's exposure in the battle for the first-level password, with the 9th Princess Brolin, to feed the life fruit to Moyanting, helping it break through to the second level of the cosmos. Finally, because of Gaia, they assisted the Northern Dragon City in the final battle against the Ghost Squad. Moyanting completely wiped out this 1,000-member squad with overwhelming force, demonstrating its terrifying combat power. However, Luo Feng was not weak at the cosmic level either. Shortly after the Peak Genius battle ended, Luo Feng became a core member of the Virtual Universe Company as a third-place winner. On his way to the Virtual Universe Company, considering that star-level comprehension has its limits during training and cannot achieve optimal results, and the Virtual Universe Company's training plans start from the cosmic level, Luo Feng began to break through. With the resources of the Virtual Universe Company, he quickly became a pinnacle cosmic-level powerhouse. Afterwards, after meditating in the chaotic city for 100 years, Luo Feng made huge progress in the laws, reaching the 9th level of the restriction domain, just a step away from becoming a domain master. His understanding of the Golden Rule also reached an unprecedented height, and most importantly, he even mastered some spatial rules to an incredible extent. Just in terms of law comprehension, Luo Feng could already rival some ordinary domain lords. After the meditation period in the chaotic city expired, Luo Feng began to undertake various point tasks arranged by the Virtual Universe Company. His first task was to enter the Bloodfall World and complete 2 highly threatening missions, to seize a Bloodfall crystal and to become a Blood Warrior. This Bloodfall World is the site of the fall of the Golden Beast God. When it was discovered, it even fought a bloody battle with the Virtual Universe Company. Both sites fell countless powerhouses. Later, the higher-ups of the Virtual Universe Company were furious and sent out absolute experts to slaughter all the top figures in the Bloodfall World. Finally, they set up a blockade in outer space, prohibiting the natives of the Bloodfall World from entering the universe. On one hand, they treated the Bloodfall World as a training ground for human talents. Because the Bloodfall World is where the Beast God fell, it possesses a magical specialty, the Bloodfall Crystal, condensed from the essence of the Beast God's body. Every time the human race sends geniuses for training, they almost always come for this item. However, due to the hostility between the Bloodfall World and the outside world, and the strict control over the Bloodfall Crystal, only a few privileged and influential individuals possess it. Therefore, it is difficult for newly arrived human geniuses to obtain it. Moreover, once their identity is exposed, they will be hunted down by the entire Bloodfall World. If they cannot obtain the Bloodfall Crystal, they will not even think about becoming Blood Warriors, because the title of Blood Warrior requires the fusion of 3 Bloodfall Crystals. For ordinary people, this task is as difficult as reaching the sky. But for Luo Feng, this task is very simple, because he already has a clone of the Mozu, which can transform into any form, whether living or non-living. Therefore, this kind of undercover mission is tailor-made for him. Luo Feng lurked in the Bloodfall World for 80 years, not only integrating a large number of Bloodfall crystals and obtaining the title of Blood Warrior, but also plundering tens of thousands of Bloodfall crystals. During this period, he once killed a Domain Master level, 2nd level expert, with his Cosmic level Tier 9 strength. With Luo Feng's strength at that time, Moyanting of the same level was nothing more than grass in front of him. Referring to the scene where Hong subdued Moyanting, just simple domain suppression made Moyanting of the same level unable to resist. Although Moyanting was much stronger than Hong's, it was still no match for Luo Feng. But at this time, Luo Feng's domain was far from what Hong had. Especially, Moyanting's proud defensive power and regeneration ability could be easily broken through by Luo Feng's level of law comprehension. Especially, the drawback of the single entanglement attack method would only become a live target in front of a real master. However, even more terrifying was that Luo Feng's strength had not reached its limit yet. Shortly after leaving the Bloodfall World, with the help of the Tianji Palace Master, he comprehended the sixth style of the Ninefold Sky extension, the World of the Sword. Since then, he had the means to compete with the Domain Master level experts. Afterwards, Luo Feng also obtained the inheritance of the Mozu god of music on the Moin Mountain, and his spiritual power was increased by 3,200 times. At this point, his strength had already surpassed his peers. In the first qualification battle for the Taichu Secret Realm, he entered the primitive secret realm with the first place result, becoming one of the top geniuses of the human race. Moyanting of the same level was even more powerless against him. In fact, attentive viewers may have already noticed that Moyanting was not as strong as Babeta initially claimed when it first appeared. Its defense was outstanding, and its regeneration ability was indeed powerful, but it could only deal with people below the Domain Master level. Once it reached the Domain Master level, everyone would have a domain, and Moyanting's single entanglement attack method would lose its effectiveness. On the other hand, as long as the opponent had a decent weapon, Moyanting would become meat on the chopping block. When it reached the immortal level, this disadvantage would be compensated, because by then, Moyanting would have its own domain of the Wood Rule to counterbalance other immortal domains. Of course, Moyanting's performance in the interstitial realm was remarkable, not only because its opponents were all star level and had no domains, but also because of the weakening of the domain effect in the animation. According to the original setting, before reaching the Domain Master level, anyone with a domain is invincible at the same level. Its role is equivalent to the chaotic turmoil in one person under the other. Its function is equivalent to a Luo Jintuo among those below one person. This is also the reason why Hong was able to defeat the star level 7th rank Thunder God with his star level 6th rank strength every time. However, later on, in order to elevate Luo Feng's status, the domain had to be weakened into a mere decoration. It could be said that the original author owes Hong and the Thunder God an explanation.